Hello, hello.
We are at the last stretch of the second day of game days. Welcome, everyone. But before we wrap up the second day, we save the best for last. We have a very, very special guest tuning in from France, a very seasoned veteran, Katleen Evers of the Sandbox fame. She's handling a huge part as the head of the Game Maker Fund. And I believe she will be able to tell you more during this session. Bonjour, Katleen. Welcome. Stage is yours.
Bonjour, Pavel. Thank you for having me. And yes, it's my pleasure to do this presentation, to be here with you, and to tell you a bit more about what the Game Maker Fund is all about within the Sandbox, of course. So as Pavel said, my name is Katleen Evers. I'm based out of France and I'm in the gaming industry for, let's say, a couple of years, but yeah, not to go into details because it will be depressing me. But actually today I'm the head of the Game Maker Fund at the Sandbox. For those who do not know what the Sandbox is, I will give you a bit of background about the Sandbox and the Metaverse, and then as a second part of the presentation, we will go and deep dive a bit more into the Game Maker Fund. The goal of this presentation is actually to make it crystal clear for you how we here in Sandbox believe that we need to incentivize creators of all horizons to come here to us and give their awesome content. All right, so let's kick this off. So first of all, let me start by defining what we mean by the Metaverse. So as you can, well, lately we have all heard about Meta, about Roblox, etc., etc. It's not actually really that. We here at the Metaverse, wait, how can I take this down? All right, sorry for that. So the Open Metaverse is an online, digital, and parallel universe where you as a user can participate in a more social and immersive way and engage in those online parallel worlds where you as a user can just, through your 3D avatar, go and access those experiences. And actually your 3D avatar is a virtual representation of yourself. Sorry for the beeping behind it. I just need to skip that away. Actually, it's beeping because here at the Sandbox, everybody's crunching because we are launching our alpha next Monday. So sorry if you hear some beeping during the presentation. That's my colleagues that desperately need me. So let's continue. So here at the Sandbox, we believe that the Metaverse will be built for 99% by user-generated content. So that is UGC, also a term that is quite hyped lately. And actually, this is why we are pushing for an open metaverse. In this open metaverse, users can not only make their own NFTs, but also import them from any other collection that they might have and then interact with them. So basically, we are leveraging the blockchain as an infrastructure to support the ownership of those digital assets, the content in the Sandbox, so being NFTs, and we are contributing as co-creators to that world where we can actually be interacting on social immersive platforms as ours. So the Open Metaverse is also a sustainable economy that can support itself. And we can even foresee the possibility of digital services and hence having actually a complete offer of new digital economy of jobs. Oops, sorry. So the ambition actually is to reward the players and the creators for their time and for their engagement on the platform. This is actually what we believe being the future of gaming. So The future of gaming here at Sandbox and the Game Maker Fund starts with owning a land and a little piece of that metaverse where you can build your own experience. You can just rent it out if you like. You can host your experience again, or you can build wherever you like. You can create your own game, etc., etc. If you use our tools, the Vox Edit, which is a 3D editor and modeling tool, and using our game maker, then you're all set to go. Those tools are on our website and free for download. And the game maker is actually very accessible because it's a no-code approach. So no need to be like super smart and very skilled in programming. That is not necessary. Our game maker has everything and it's very user-friendly. So actually, the game maker in that way gives the users the possibility to convert their time into a revenue stream. It's what we call play to earn. Again, another term that is very popular nowadays. So the Sandbox, as of today, counts 165 plus partners. It's more now, and with really grand IPs and brands like The Walking Dead, like Snoop Dogg, as you can see here. We recently announced our collaboration with Adidas. We also have the Smurfs. We also have Atari. We have actually a complete offer of brands that are landowners and that are really present in our open metaverse. And as we are now crunching very, very hard on the alpha launch planned on next Monday, you can really need to check it out because it will be awesome. The offer will be, we will be presenting 18 experiences, and one of them only has been selected by the Game Maker Fund, and that will be Christmas Eve Miracle. Later on the presentation, you will see a little trailer of Christmas Eve, and not only what it will be. The goal is to really make you see what you can do, what creators can do with the Game Maker. So talking about the Game Maker, let's deep dive a bit more into the Game Maker and what it's all about. So the Game Maker Fund is an initiative that supports game designers within the Sandbox. So the goal is actually to propose, to reward, and to incentivize creators from all horizons. And not only, you don't have to be like super proven skilled with game design or being a ferocious game player to be part of our experiences, because again, our game maker is really based on a no-code approach. But the goal is really to encourage and create experiences and games that the developers can share with other players and users within the metaverse. So currently at the Game Maker Fund, we are handling over 50 projects that are in the pipeline, and we are actually onboarding new studios almost every day on a daily basis. We have, as you can see here, a small team of very skilled people that are taking care on a daily basis also of those teams that are developing and submitting their assets to us. We give them advice on the technical side, on what they can do to improve their assets. We also give support in marketing by doing shout outs on our social media. We have also a huge community on Discord where a lot of people are experimenting with the Game Maker and Fox Edit, and they can give actually everyone very good advice on how to create awesome experiences. So the Game Maker Fund is actually, the aim for us is that the Game Maker Fund becomes a DAO. So again, another hype word that we hear every now and then when it comes to blockchain. What is a DAO? Well, a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization, and is an organization that is represented by rules. Those rules are encoded as a computer program. you can see it as like a package of algorithm, and that package would rule the DAO. It's actually that is something that's completely transparent and 100% controlled by the organization members. So those set of rules, we call them smart contracts. So those smart contracts, again, is a set of rules, and they are all voted by the owners exclusively. So that means that whenever a rule is to be voted, the owners are in charge of that. So it's completely decentralized and gives us complete transparency of what the Game Maker Fund is all about. So actually, I will not, on purpose, not deep dive really into DAOs, because the purpose here is more to talk about what the Game Maker Fund is all about and why should you join us, right? Well, whenever you have an idea about a game, you have an idea about a social experience, a social hub. Okay, great. Submit it to us. And actually, also something that's really, really important to know is that whenever you do so, and whenever we do onboard you, you keep complete ownership of your game, of your assets, and of your revenue. So the assets that you will be creating with our tools and will be actually shared by you on the marketplace, and other users will be able to buy your assets. So this is also, again, like a reward of your time that you're sharing with us and that you have put into creating all those awesome assets and your game, actually. So you can monetize your game by actually putting on sale your assets, by organizing NFT drops, etc., etc. So it's actually a complete opportunity for developers to really get the word out there and develop their experience as they want them to see them. So how does it go on a daily basis? Well, it's actually pretty simple. So the production process goes by what we call a GDD. That's the first step. So that's a game design document. In that document, we would ask you a lot of questions. It might seem complicated, it might seem like a 4-pager or whatever. Like, it's not the Inquisition, trust me. It's just that we need also a bit on our end to scale what your project is all about. We will ask you to balance out, well, we will actually on our end, not control, but overview and give you feedback on the right balance of everything. Is the duration, scalable with the budget that is asked? How many people are working on the project? What is the land size that you want to build on? What is your DA? How does it look like? What is your gameplay, etc.? Simple steps actually in every production process. So let's say that your experience has been accepted by the Game Maker Fund, and then yay, we can do the kickoff and give you all the instructions that you need. We have a complete kit book, a complete academy that is dedicated to help our developers and get them up to speed in an autonomous way, and help them to onboard directly the right procedures and tips and tricks that you will need to apply during the creation of your game. You will then go through the asset production, depending on your game. Again, it depends on how many assets that you will produce. But actually, whenever you so something that I want to tell you is that the whole budget is actually broken down in milestones. And whenever you reach first milestones, for instance, that will trigger automatically a first payment. So it's not as if you would be paid on a monthly basis, but the payments are really triggered by the reach and the approval of a first milestone. As we are not babysitters, we then give you the time to do the complete asset production, the performing, and also the game logic, like just like in any other regular basic game on the traditional side, I'd say. And then once that the experience is complete, then we would go and proceed to the launch of the experience on actually our metaverse. So that is actually quite classic production process. Keep in mind, though, that you keep complete ownership of your IP, of your assets, and 100% of the revenue goes to our developers. Right, so talking a bit more about the Game Maker Fund in terms of numbers and of figures. So we will be announcing soon a fund of 300 million. The Sandbox the Sandbox Foundation is allocating to the Game Maker Fund. This is obviously a huge amount of money. What do we offer? What do we offer you? Well, first off, again, we incentivize the creativity that you might have, that you will have, and that you bring to us, and that you bring and share with us. We offer payments on a per game basis, again, as I explained a bit earlier, and we will support you along the way, and we will give you advice, feedback on everything that you do, and all down the line in each single phase of your project. Lastly, once that the experience is completed, we help you also with promotions. So we have a huge community again on Discord. We also have a lot of followers on Twitter. We have dedicated people that are really, really marketeers and skilled to help you with everything that is visual related, etc. So it's actually a pretty cool program, to be honest. So yes, so it sounds a bit like repetitive, but I really want to insist on the fact that the goal that we want to achieve is focused on having awesome and innovative experiences, not only limited to adventure games or run puzzles or whatever. So it's really, really important that you that you have a knowledge of the primary goal of the Game Maker Fund, which is to incentivize creativity. What are we looking for? We are looking for a great diversity in the games in terms of genre, in terms of duration, in terms of gameplay. We also are aiming for high quality games. Even if the Game Maker as a tool has its limitations today, there is lots of features and behaviors that are coming and are kicking in the upcoming versions of the Game Maker. We are also giving priority to innovative and original ideas. And the main goal remains actually to have fun and to play the games. And again, we support all talents. Obviously, you need to be 18 plus, but and we are especially very inclusive. So that's actually the core of the Game Maker Fund within the Sandbox. Now, I want to show you some examples of what our creators have been doing. So this is Christmas Eve Miracle. That is the project I was telling you at the beginning about. This will be part of our alpha version, and the experience will be available starting on December 1st within our Metaverse. So it's a social hub. It's a social hub where you can, with your avatar, go through a lot of stuff. Let me show you the trailer so that you can have an idea of what is possible. I hope the sound is okay. Huge snowman. So that was Christmas Eve Miracle. So it's very cute. I mean, the studio is based in China, and they are really working very hard to making this possible for next week. So we are almost there. Everything is going very smoothly. And it's a great team to work with. I'm very happy with them and with everybody, by the way, because it's not that easy with time zones and everything. But yeah, another experience that I wanted to show you is crypto motors. So there's no sound here, so I will be talking over it. So this is actually also a social hub experience built by a studio based in the US, and actually it's a shopping mall. So we are here on the parking lot, and you will go into the shopping mall, and they have been doing a great job in reconstructing this social hub where you can go into with your 3D avatar, talk with people, go and listen to music, a lot of stuff that has been designed. You can go and grab a coffee. You can, and I think you can even go to the gym. But later on, there you go, the gym is there, and you can go and buy some food. There's an open workspace, the barbershop. It's very well designed. You can go to the cinema. And you can even, I think you can, do some flipper contests. And yes, there's also, so here's the food court. I mean, it's very well designed, and it's really pretty to see everything that is possible with our tools. Moving on to the next slide, I think we have another experience. This is actually a single player game experience that is built by one of our team members, actually, Alina, who is actually very skilled and has made super great games called Viking Short. We have a little trailer here as well, which I show you. If everything's okay. I hope it's not too laggy. The hack and slash stuff going on, which is always fun. And then I think you have to go and fight the big boss, trying not to die. There you go. So that was Viking Fjord. I hope you really enjoyed it and what you've seen and what is possible. So another thing that I wanted to talk about is that what we also very actively are organizing are game jams. So we often do themed related game jams. The last one that we did was the Walking Dead game jam. And the complete prize pool for this game jam was 200K sand, and that was broken down in several levels, of course. Please note that each participant that was not in the top 10 has received 100 sand. Now, so this game jam was closed a couple of days ago. I think it was on 21st. We had in total 845 participants. And all those people have been really, really creative. Not all experience were top level, but to show you a bit more what one of those applicants presented to us is this. Let me see if I can, yep, there we go. And well, and that said, I hope that you liked the experience that I showed you. And I really, really, truly want to thank you for your presence and your patience during my talk. Sorry for the laggy and the Slack pings, but we're all good now. And if you have any questions, please fire away.
Well, I have a question.
Shoot.
Oh, thank you for the really insightful presentation. And it looks like that we are going to live inside Ready Player One world one day.
Yes,
it looks like we will. So you said that you are going to launch the alpha really, really soon. Now, I want to hear from you, like, where will you go first when the alpha is ready? Do you have a favorite spot, favorite feature, favorite experience?
It all depends on what you're looking for. I mean, once you're in there, I mean, it's difficult to get out there because there's so much exciting stuff around there everywhere. For sure I would go to the Lululand, well, Christmas Eve Miracle, but that's me. That's really not objective. But that's the first experience that I would like to visit. You can also go and visit the rest of the experiences, of course, and many other stuff to do there. So yeah, I mean, knock yourselves out. It will be really great to see.
Now, the Christmas town was really inviting, and I think we are all in Christmas mood already. So I think that would be my place as well, where I would go first. Now, you showed us multiple experiences, right? There were Vikings, there was the Christmas town, there was the shopping mall. How will I be able to switch between these experiences? Is there some kind of a hub from where we'll like go to one and then return back, then visit the shopping mall and so on? Can you?
Yes, totally. You can go from experience to experience through a portal that will bring you there where you want to go. So, for instance, the Christmas Miracle, the coordinates are 1224 on the map because the map has coordinates, and you can go from coordinate to coordinate however and whenever you want. Now, for the alpha version, we have moved Christmas Eve a bit closer to the central hub of the Sandbox, so that the visibility is a bit higher because the land is really vast, actually.
All right. Are these experiences behind some registration or behind a paywall, or they're completely free? How does that work?
So you have to register, obviously, for being part of the metaverse of our alpha version. You can go. It's free for everyone, but with limited access. So landowners will have full access to all experiences, but people that don't, the great majority of us, will have limited access only. That doesn't mean that the experience will be less interesting or less exciting, but a bit more restrained.
Got it. All right. So when it comes to the content, you were talking about Game Jam. You were talking about how you're actually connecting with the creators and how creators can reach out to you. Do you have any limitations or no-go zones within the sandbox that you will decline? Obviously, it's 18+ content, but do you have any other that would be something that you would decline right away?
You mean, sorry, I didn't get the beginning of your question, Paul.
Like, if you have any, like, do you have any, like, what is the curation process? Like, this is the question, right? And how do you, let's say, prepare the content before it is publicly available? There must be some process behind it. Can you explain that a bit?
Yeah, of course. The process behind is that obviously you need to be 18+, and all content that is racism related, that is, violent, etc., are banned from start. Of course. So there is a curation that's been done. That is at the beginning when we receive the GDD. That is where the creation starts. It will be very fast because when the first phase of the production, we will see also there how skilled the developers are and what they are producing. So whenever we see stuff that is not really compelling or sustainable, then we would ban. Yes. Got
it. All right. There is a lot of companies building their own version of Metaverse, and it looks like there are different approaches how to tackle its challenges. Right? Meta is doing something. Roblox is there. Fortnite is there, of course. Are you looking into VR/AR integration or some haptic technology like gloves or, I don't know, full body suits to interact with the user-generated content and feel the world around us?
Not now, no. The difference with Roblox, Fortnite, and Meta companies is that we are focusing completely on the blockchain. Okay. Which is not their case. So we really see the future of gaming within that metaverse and within the blockchain. But no, we don't actually, as far as I know, we don't really are focusing on. We have a lot of stuff to focus on, but not as that.
Oh, for sure. Technology is moving forward like every single year. So who knows what will happen? I mean, it's. I think this suffices. This is the question the answer that I was looking for. Okay, that's perfect. Now, we talk about the content. We talk about the alpha around the corner. Will you have a release roadmap for experiences that are pre-approved or they are actually going to be in the pipeline? Can you explain a bit how this will work in the future once the alpha is released?
Yes. So once the alpha is released, so that's next week.
Not scary.
No, not at all. I'm very confident. Our teams are really working very hard. I can give you that. So the idea is to create the pipeline, and whenever the V2 version of the alpha will come out, and the V3 and the V4, etc., we will be implementing more and more experiences coming from the Game Maker Fund within those versions that will be, coming out like next year every month basically. So for the next edition of the alpha, let's call it the alpha v2, there will be 6 GMF experiences. In the next one, there will be yet another 6. Those numbers have not been confirmed as per yet, that is to say, but that is the plan. We also, again, those 50 projects that we are having in the pipe are obviously not on the same level of production. So we are, onboarding those that are close to launch process, so that we can onboard them, because there's a lot of work to do behind the scenes. And I mean, it's even if it's sounds a bit like all those voxel, and it sounds a bit easy, but there's a lot of work behind it. And the
game
studios
development game development is not easy.
No, you know how it goes, Pavel. You know the drill, right?
Well, yeah, of course. Even though I'm not the game developer, but I know how it goes for sure. I mean, in other words, it seems that you sorted out the roadmap. So every, let's say, month, there will be something new to explore and discover, right? Yes,
that is also why we are really hammering on the fact that we want diversity in the genre, in the genres of the game, also in the artistic direction that we want to give, because it's important to show the users that what is possible, not only what is possible, but also how the imagination of some people can work out so fine. And diversity. Uniqueness is also a word that I actually like to use a lot with the developers. And again, we are ensuring complete support from our end to them. We are not babysitting, but we give them autonomy, but we also give them not only the technical and marketing support, but also the social, the hard support.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you have to guide them in the end somehow, sure. Right? To show them the boundaries and where is the room where they can breathe and bring something new to the table. Katleen, this sounds really, really exciting. So as you said, Alpha is launching next Monday, right?
Right. 1 p.m. UT. So that is 2 p.m. CST.
Perfect. So I think on Monday we will register and check it out. Katleen, once again, thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you.
Fingers crossed with the launch. Don't crunch too much. And see you in Sandbox.
Yes, see you in the Sandbox.